What is up, tasty people? It's your boy Tasty Penguin here, and we are back today in Outward, and today I am bringing you the Pyromancer. Okay, I'm going to start off this video with just a little thank you to everybody for all the continued awesome support on the channel. You guys have been blowing it up and it's amazing. Thank you for the awesome comments and the suggestions and all the builds that people are sending me in DMs on Discord. It's great. So this is a shout out to actually Skooma over on the Discord. He has the Pyro build as well. I think I did a little bit different than him. I'm not completely 100% sure, but this is a shout out to you for the idea, man. Thank you. Thank you so much. And just another thing, guys, everything that you guys see in these builds and stuff is very interchangeable. Armors, stuff like that. Currently I'm just wearing stuff that looks cool for the build, like the candle suit with the skull hat. I mean, it looks awesome. Just looks so cool, but everything's interchangeable. This is just my opinions on a couple things. Most of the stuff that I wear is just for fun, but you can take from it what you wish. Of course, this thing does not use anything, but it looks really, really cool. Now, these two hats are the best ones that I found. This one adds a bonus to mana cost reduction at 20% and 10 damage to fire. This one adds no mana reduction, but it does 20 damage to fire, which is amazing. And this one probably looks better. I mean, it definitely looks better. Look at that. It looks really, really cool. But this one does a little bit better. So I think we're going to run around with this one today as far as the fire damage goes. That's how I'm going to run it. It's pretty cool. Now, if you want to add another role-playing element, you can use this weapon right here. It's a pretty good damage weapon for the build that I'm going for. If you don't know what this is, it is called the Crescent Scythe. It's pretty easy to make, and it inflicts vulnerability to all non-physical elements on enemies. So that means any kind of magic that you do on anybody is going to be amplified after you hit them once with this weapon, which is pretty awesome. The reason why I'm using this one at the moment, though, is because it adds a damage bonus of 10 to fire, and it reduces the mana cost, which is great because we want to be able to spam those skills as much as we can. Of course, we could put the 100% mana cost reduction armor on and just spam everything and wear whatever we want to. But I mean, I'd rather roleplay with this armor. It looks pretty cool. The helmet kind of throws it off, but whatever. But we're going to get into the build. I went... as far as my stats go, I'm actually going to show it to you guys this time. We went with 100 base mana. After everything's built up, we got to 115. I always do 100 base just to test everything, no matter if I'm going a melee character or if I'm going a mage. This is just for the builds. You can adjust it any way you want to. I haven't had too much of an issue with mana. It's been pretty good so far. As far as the classes, we went with the Spell Sword, Shaman, and the Chakram. The Chakram person. I think it's Philosopher, I think it's called. The reason why we went with those is because they were the ones that gave me a benefit with the fire damage trees and stuff like that. Shaman specifically for the boon, wherever it's at, that one right there that amplifies your boons. I wanted that so bad. Also with the Philosopher, you get fire affinity, which gives you fire by 20 and fire damage by 20, and inflict is increased by 15%. So that's a very clutch move for this build. Everything else is just in there. Now the main things that you're going to need down here, as you see on my bar, is you're going to need flamethrower for, you know, of course, flamethrower, pyromancy, whatever. You want to be able to use your elemental discharge for your fire on your weapon. You'll see that here in a little bit. Spark to shoot some fireballs and stuff off. You're going to need your Sigil of Fire to put down for your spark, and for your mana ward. If you don't know what mana wards is, I'll show you what it does here in a little bit when you're inside there. Now, I'm not going to be using Infused Fire. The reason why is because if I use Infused Fire to put fire on my weapon, it gets rid of the Warm Boon. Now, if you see, whenever I put the Warm Boon on, I get damage to fire by 30%. If I pop that, it gets rid of the boon, so I don't want to be doing that. That's why I'm carrying these potions right here. Make sure you have plenty of these potions, and make sure that you have plenty of lanterns and plenty of fire varnishes. That's what you need right there. And make sure you have a water skin. I need to fill this thing up because One of the skills is going to set you on fire and you need to be able to put it out. So, you know, that's how it is. Pyromancers are self-harming. But how the build's going to go is you're going to put your boon on. Now, your boon is going to give you an amplification to fire damage. I'll pop this just to get a random for whatever I'm at. It doesn't matter where I'm at. And focus just in case I want to melee things. That's going to be adding even more damage to my melee attacks, which I don't melee too much, but just in case it happens, it happens. And then we're going to be popping, let's see here, we're going to put down our sigil of fire, which takes our fire stones. You need to have plenty of fire stones. Now, if you didn't know this, if you use mana ward while you're inside of here, watch what happens. My character catches on fire, and it's really awesome. The effect you get from it is called Immolate. It deals 30% more fire damage, but you take 0.3 damage per second, which you will die slowly, but you put it out by drinking some water, which is really awesome. So the fire damage is even further amplified. So right now we have a current 60% plus passives in the background that don't exactly show, which is really awesome. Now you can use the necromancy stuff in the background too. If you use Reveal Soul and then do like a spark on top of it, you heal your mana, which is completely awesome. Makes it do even more damage. And with this fire on your weapon, as you guys seen, whenever I put the fire on my weapon, actually I need to pop another one. If you use your thing from Spell Sword, you can shoot all kinds of fireballs all over the place. Whenever you're inside your circle and you use Spark, it shoots fireballs as well. If you switch over to your lantern with this button right here, we can throw our lantern anytime we want to. We can switch over to another one. We can use Q and do some fire, you know, flamethrowers and stuff like that. It's a pretty awesome build, and I love the way this uses, I mean, the way it uses multiple things to be able to attack. And you would think it would be a lot of setup, but it's not. Once you get your buffs on and get your ward down, you're good to go for battle. You just need to make sure you have lanterns, fire stones, and water. That's about it. I mean, your basic essentials. But it's a really powerful build, and if you guys enjoy it, make sure you drop a like on the video down below. Leave some comments of anything that you think would improve this for anybody else that wants to watch this, and check the comments down below. I think it's a pretty fun build. Let me know your thoughts, but I'm going to head out of here. We're going to jump into a little bit of a montage of me fighting stuff, as always with my videos. But with that being said, I'm going to hop off here, guys. I love your faces, and may the dubstep penguin be with you. Peace out, guys.